Partying is weakness for the soul, my friend, so I try and avoid it.
Oh, what? Careful. What you gonna do? Oh, what? You gonna do something over there? Be careful. Shut your mouth.
Was there anything at all surprising about it to you?
Not one bit. They're not on my level. You've got to have size, reach, length. You've got to have some attributes. If you come in any way equal to me, I'm gonna rip your whole head off, and that's it. I tell her every time.
I was always getting pestered. What are you doing with your life? Are you doing this, doing that? They didn't know what it was. They didn't know if MMA was. They didn't know what none of this. They didn't know I could make a career out of it. As far as they were concerned, my man and dad I'm talking about, as far as they were concerned, I was just getting into a cage and fighting with some other guy. They didn't know nothing about it. No one did, really. But I knew. You know what I mean? I knew. Before me, there was no Irish man that had succeeded in the UFC. There was no one. I could not look to my mother and father and say, look at this Irish man, look at his successful fighting career, because there was no one before me, so I was the first one. I had to convince them what I was going to do. But as far as my father was concerned, it was, I was just fighting in a cage and with no career path or no nothing ahead of me. I mean, the man is running scared. I cannot force a man who is not willing to step in and fight. I cannot force him into the octagon to face me, but really, I cannot hold any grudge towards him because I would not want to face me either.
Preparation is going very well. We're living, breathing, and sleeping in the gym.
I knew what was going to happen. I knew I was going to get here. They didn't. There was a lot of stressful years, a lot of tough times, but I proved them wrong. I proved myself right. I am happy that I have put martial arts in the spotlight in my country and shown it for what it is: true dedication and a beautiful discipline.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologise to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
I mean, I just look around and I don't see nothing that troubles me in these divisions, in that UFC roster, and I'm just confident in my ability and in my mind frame. I know nobody can tell me that I move the same as any of these guys, because I don't move the same. I move differently, I move unique, and I know I move unique. Not only that, I speak unique, I act unique. I'm just different than these people.
What makes you such a good fighter?
I don't know, I'm just curious about it. It's never, I mean, it's in my head 24/7. There's nothing else I can think. I don't think about nothing else. And that's it. I'm just curiously fascinated, and I can't stop thinking about it. Everything I do in my life is related to this. I don't do nothing else if it's not got to do with the fight. You know what I mean? And that is what. You know what I mean? To be true, all you've got to do is show up.
Is that not unhealthy?
I don't know. Do I look unhealthy? Take a look at this physique. I'm in phenomenal shape, in body and mind. To me, what's unhealthy is living an unhealthy life. To me, what's unhealthy is getting up and going through the same day every day of your life, 9 to 5, in an office or in a... Remember that's unhealthy. That beats your mind. I don't work. I love what I do, and that's why I'm doing what I love. You know what I mean? That's why it's become a career for me, because I love it. I love what I do. So I don't think it's unhealthy. I feel good in my mind. I mean, it's my life. That's why I know I have no doubt in my mind that I'm the greatest, that I will be the greatest of all time. In my head already, I am better than everybody, and I know, you know, there's a lot of hate come from people, you know, but I know, and I will prove. You give me time, and I will prove it to everybody. Nobody has my mindset.
I built my career on prediction. I told these fighters that I was facing what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, and when I'm going to do it, and the perfect scenario. And then as I went on, and only that, and I would obsessively visualize the most perfect scenario, and 99% of the time it happened. And then that one time it didn't, or that 1% it didn't happen. So now, as I've become a lot more experienced in the game, I actually work backwards towards the perfect scenario. So I have had a limb break inside the octagon. So now I must have an answer to that. You know, so I begin, I have the perfect scenario. You knock him out with a big backhand, the crowd roars. But then I have the worst case scenario. The shoulder dislocates midway through the first round. What's my mechanisms? The lead shoulder dislocates in the first round. What's my movements? What's my reactions? Do I switch the stance? Do I go to my back? I have a whole selection of responses to the worst case scenarios. Now, not that I sit and dwell on them, not that I sit and dwell on them or overthink them, but I just have them. So if the ankle goes, if the knee goes, if the shoulder goes, what's my response? Because the fight's not over until if you give, it's over. If you have a maneuver, you know, you can outlast and you can survive in there and then get towards the victory.
To get to the pinnacle, it needs to be like that. It needs to be no outsiders. It needs to be, you need to have your team and your focus, and that's it. I don't need friends that aren't involved in this game or that aren't on the same path. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's just not, it doesn't make sense.
I know that in order to be successful at this game, it needs to be 24/7. I need to be living in this gym. And that's since this new facility, SBG Concord, has opened up. The setup now is I come here at 1, 2 o'clock in the day and I'm here till 10 o'clock at night. There's no outside distraction, there's no nothing. It's been crazy. The spotlight is on, the Irish public are watching, but it's what we planned, it's what we prepared. I knew I was going to be the person to bring martial arts to the public eye. And now it's happening. You know what I mean? There's two things I've learned from these past 7 months. Number one is that hard work pays off. And number two is that dreams come true. And that's what's happening.
What if you were in the ring with Floyd Mayweather? What do you think would happen?
If we were to get it on, I would most certainly dismantle him also. You know, confidence grows through work ethic, through seeing what's happening around you, and that's it. I put the work in, and it's paying off, and I truly believe that my work is the correct work. What I'm doing is correct. There was no outsiders. It was isolation. It was visualization. It was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life. You know what I mean?